Employees are feeling overworked, undervalued, underpaid.
Americans are struggling with surging debt. Not only are balances reaching new highs, but
Can I ask you a question? How much do they pay for this job?
Almost 21.
21?
Started like 18.
You said it starts at 18?
Yeah, it's not bad.
Got it. Safeway generates about $36 billion a year in revenue. And from what we just heard from the Safeway employees, they're getting paid about $17 to $18 per hour starting salary, while the CEO of Safeway is getting paid $15 million. Slavery was abolished in 1865, or was it? The definition of being a slave is somebody who's forced to work for someone and is considered to be somebody else's property. The primary purpose for slave owners using slaves was to get a profit from their labor. Now, I don't know about you, but that kind of sounds like a 9 to 5 to me. I did some research and looked into what an employee's role is in a company. Some of those things are performing job duties, meeting company policies, and following directions. So basically, do what you're told or else. Now look, I don't think it's wrong for businesses to hire employees, but after I looked into it, it sounds way too much like being enslaved and having no way to get out. And here's the problem. It's only the tip of the iceberg. The average American has over $90,000 in debt. And at Fortune 500 companies, the average salary is only $64,000 a year. So by the data, people have more debt than they do income in a single year. The average salary for a Fortune 500 CEO is $17.7 million. If you ran 17.7 million miles, you'd run around the world 711 times. And if you ran 64,000 miles, you could only make it around the world twice. The difference between the CEO's income and the average employee's income is 355 times. Now back to the debt. Visa, the credit card company, is profiting over $30 billion a year from people owing them money and interest on that money. People aren't just enslaved to their jobs, they're enslaved to these companies that own their debt. And not only that, wealthy people invest in these publicly traded companies and they want them to keep profiting more from the debt that you owe them. It isn't just the big companies that profit from you owing them money, it's all the wealthy people. People's spending power is increased because of things like loans and credit cards and racked up debt for so many people. Now the problem is it's gonna take a lifetime or even 2 to pay off just because it's so much money and their income is so low. People are left to make small monthly payments, and as more time goes by, they rack up more debt and more debt. And so the longer time goes on, their debt gets larger and the more they have to pay towards it on their small income. To understand why society is the way that it is today, we have to go all the way back in time to 1926 when Henry Ford started the 5-day work week. His whole idea was giving people weekends off and 8 hours for rest and 8 hours for pleasure would make them happier and harder working when they came to work. He was totally right, and his employees were super excited about it. And this also allowed Henry Ford to open up his factory for 24 hours a day, having 3 sets of 8-hour shifts. Seeing how happy all of the employees were, most companies followed Henry Ford with the 5-day work week. Ford was paying his employees $5 per day at the time, and his personal profits were over $75 million a year. Ford set a new standard for companies to follow, and it made employees way happier and made him and all other business owners way more money. Let's fast forward to 1949. A man named Frank McNamara, and I probably butchered his name, forgot his wallet when he went out to dinner one night. He came up with the idea of, hey, you can charge me, but I'm gonna pay for it later. Frank did pay his debt, and him and a couple of his friends came up with the idea to start the first ever credit card, and they launched it in February 1950. In 1956, Bank of America offered the first general purpose credit card, which is the company Visa now. In 1979, MasterCard came into existence, and then in 1986, the Discover Card company came into existence. And this popularized the idea of buy now and pay later. Basically being able to buy anything that you wanted, even if you didn't have the money, with a loan and an interest rate up to 18 to 30% on average for first-time users. This is a credit card with $5,000 current balance on it, and the total that we're gonna be paying towards that $5,000 balance is over $8,625. Now follow me here. We're gonna have a new user example, so we'll have an interest rate of about 25%, which is pretty normal for a brand new credit card user. Make the minimum monthly payment somewhere normal, maybe $150. The amount of time that it's gonna take for you to actually pay it off is 58 months, which is 4 years and 10 months. You're gonna pay a total of $8,625. $3,625 of that is gonna go straight to interest, meaning that you're only paying $5,000 towards the principal, which means that 42% of your payment is going towards interest, which you can completely eliminate by not getting into debt. Now, this looks terrible to the average person, but to the companies that own that debt, this is an absolute gold mine. And now that you know all of this, the question is, what are you gonna do to go from being a part of the 95% of people to the 5% of people and actually change your situation? I mean, ask yourself right now, have you mastered the money game? Or have you been played by society? Have you been a cog in the machine for other people to get wealthy off of you? I was too, until I learned what I'm about to go through with you. Phase 1, understanding the game. A recent report came out that said 79% of millionaires in the United States were self-made. That means that they were in a similar position to you right now and where you're at and still became a millionaire. Have you heard of Ray Kroc? He founded McDonald's at 52 years old. So it's not too late for you. Ray went on to make hundreds of millions of dollars and he had no prior business experience. But one thing changed for him. He stopped letting society tell him where he should be and what he should be doing. If you're watching this and you're under 52 years old, you're farther along than Ray was. And he was making hundreds of millions of dollars in his 60s. Now let's jump back to the beginning of the video. What's the difference between the CEO of the company who makes $15 million a year versus the cashier who only makes $21 an hour? One of them was intentional about what they were doing and where they were going and setting themselves up for achievement and financial success. And the other one, unfortunately, let life happen to them and ended up working at the grocery store, bagging groceries. Phase 2, setting yourself up to get paid more. Now, I'm not saying you need to be the founder of and run a company the size of McDonald's, but what I am saying is you just need to realize that there's a bigger game being played in front of you. You need to start playing that game. You need to stop trading time for money. You can literally write out the maximum amount of dollars that you can earn in a full year if you're on an hourly wage. You need a more scalable plan, something that's gonna pay you more down the road. Maybe it's moving up the corporate ladder and ending up being a C-suite executive. Maybe it's earning an extra $100,000 every time you jump from being a new employee to a manager to a vice president to the president and then all the way up to being the C-suite executive team. The challenge is that you're still capped out. What if you could work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and still your income could scale and grow like the Safeway CEOs could and Ray Kroc's has over time? Instead of being the employee, what if you were the person instructing and running the employees? Phase 3, money is traded for value. Now that we have you out of that employee mindset, start thinking about money being traded for value. If you provide a valuable service, you'll be paid properly for it. Maybe you have a 9-to-5 right now, but what if you really like painting and you're really good at it? And let's just say you started to teach people how to paint for, I don't know, let's just say $150 an hour versus your $25 an hour job, and you taught 5 people per day. You could literally 30x your income overnight by providing a service that's more valuable than what you're providing to your employer by teaching somebody to do something just like painting. If you're really that good at it, or people really want the service, they'll pay for it, and they'll pay happily for it. And just like that, overnight, you could go from $25 an hour all the way up to $150 an hour just because you stopped trading time for money and you started to trade value for money. Phase 4, grow the bag. Once you start to provide more value, you'll start to earn more money. It would be absolutely insane if you did all of that and then you got yourself right back into debt by buying a brand new car or a brand new house and you were in the exact same position, just broke at another level. The goal is that you can put your money somewhere where it's gonna grow continuously without you having to manage it or do anything to it. And long term, you have your money making more money without you having to watch it. This is why people invest in companies like Visa that have a C-suite team of executives and vice presidents and presidents running it. So you don't have to, but you can still profit from the growth of the organization. Just whatever you do, when you start making more money, don't get back into debt, stay out of debt, and grow your money. Part 5. Successful people have problems too. I know what you're thinking. If I could just make enough money, all of my problems would disappear. And I used to think that same way too. The thing is that successful people are not people without problems. They also have problems, but as a rule, they found ways to solve their problems. If you're in credit card debt right now, finding a way to be able to pay that off and get out of that situation is a part of your journey of finding solutions to get out of the situation that you're in to become financially free. You're starting to build the muscle of what successful people do and have, and it's to solve problems. You'll still have challenges once you become financially free. They're just not gonna be money challenges. Money's gonna turn into a game that'll be fun, and you'll try to figure out how to multiply it and make more of it, and how do I send it out and have it come back with a bunch of friends. You don't have to be enslaved like everybody else. I just gave you the keys to go become financially free for yourself. Now go do it so you don't have to report to the man for the rest of your life, and you can go make your own decisions in life. And remember, there's people just like me and you out there right now that are earning 10 times your income, 100 times your income, 10,000 times your income, 100,000 times your income. So you might as well go play big and shoot for the stars while you're at it. If you made it to this part in the video, I have another video sitting right here that you'll like a ton. Just click on this video right here.